Well, here we are, another beautiful day in climate change Britain. I'm just using the windscreen wipers to wipe the climate change off the window because it is, of course, winter and raining and 8 degrees. So fairly standard weather for Britain in December. But no, the earth is boiling. I know, because I've seen it on the BBC. Now, on the subject of the BBC, I keep getting told, and not just me, people of my kind, for example, Jeffrey of Jeff Buys Cars, that we, or Geoff Tells Lies, as one of the witty floaterati like to call him. Oh, I bet you're such fun at parties, mate. Fuck me. We spread lies and misinformation, and we should be censored and not allowed on said internet and YouTube channels because of our lies and misinformation. We should be silenced because we single-handedly are ruining the country. Yet mainstream media should not be silenced because it's a vital tool of Britain, and it's important that they are allowed to broadcast because they spread the messages to the people and the people then know what to do. Except when that broadcaster, the British Broadcasting Company, let's face it, that is it's almost like a statutory right that the TV licence has to be paid for by every citizen in Britain, and they broadcast with impunity. And yet, time and time again, they keep getting caught out. Whether it's having a TV presenter that's a little bit dodgy round kids, they seem to be able to grow them in an allotment on the Blue Peter Garden because they keep popping up time and time again. Or maybe it's when they edited a certain American president's video to make it seem like he was inciting violence, and it turns out they're wrong and could be sued for £5 billion. And this only happened the other day. But no, they're still more trustworthy than the fat bloke in the car and the bloke with the turkey teeth in the car, because they're the BBC. And then last night, if you haven't seen it, let me explain the scenario. Now, I stopped watching Question Time about 10 years ago when I realised that it was a pile of shit and it was entirely stage managed and it was just propaganda to spread whatever messages they wanted to. And I just thought, oh God, this is just pointless. Why would you watch this? It just winds you up. So just watch something else. See, there's the thing with the floaterati. They say that my videos wind them up. Don't watch them in. Question Time winds me up. So do you know what? I don't watch it. You know, imagine that. Imagine having the intelligence to be able to do that. And the freedom to go, I don't like that, I'll just turn it off. Oh, what a world to live in. So anyway, last night they had Zia Yusuf on there, who is Nigel Farage's right-hand man. He was chairman, then he wasn't, then he was, then he wasn't. Not even sure what he does now. He's something to do with reform. So naturally, the BBC would be impartial and make sure that both sides of the debate were heard when it came to illegal immigrants. Not immigrants, because of course Zia Yusuf is the descendant of one. So therefore he can't be against immigrants because he is an immigrant. What he is against is illegal immigrants, the ones that come over on the boats, etc. So the BBC, making sure that they were impartial, because the BBC has to remain impartial on everything, remember. That's why when they mention product names, they have to say other brands are available. Like, oh, I had Kellogg's cornflakes last night, other brands are available. And they have to do that all the time because they have to remain impartial, whatever that is part of the remit of the TV licence fee. So the Question Time audience is made up of invited members. You email in and say, I'd like to be in the audience. And then if they're short on numbers, they'll email you and say, do you want to be in the audience? When Question Time was hosted in St Austell, I actually got invited to go on there. I didn't go because I'd worked out even back then, and we're going back 12, 13 years ago, that it was an entire bunch of stage managed bollocks. And I knew it the minute that the first question was asked, which was a question by my mate, and he read the question off a piece of paper. So it wasn't his question, it was a completely stage managed question. So last night the audience would have been cherry picked to make sure that there was 50% for immigration and 50% against immigration. And then they could have a debate on it. Except that never happened. Because what happened was, as soon as the question of illegal immigrants came up, Fiona Bruce went, you sir, in the brown jumper, looking inconspicuous, and, I don't feel that I've ever met you before, but I'm strangely drawn to you. I wonder, could you ask a question? And the man did. Except he didn't ask a question, he gave a speech. Not only did he give a speech on illegal immigrants, he said, I am an illegal immigrant. I have been refused asylum in 7 different countries, so I came here on a boat and now I'm here and I'm staying here. So he's just admitted on live TV, or recorded TV, that he's committed a crime, so therefore he should be arrested at this point. But no, he's applauded. Look at him. Oh, well done. Oh, we're so proud of you. But here's the thing. That wasn't enough for the BBC, because he then went on to read his question and his debating points using a phone. And all his points were written down on the phone, covering all the aspects of the European Court of Human Rights, which, of course, this illegal immigrant had done full research on and put everything on his phone so that he could ask these questions, including, being an immigrant. I forget that he's from Syria. I gotta admit, I didn't do my own work on this. I was too busy ranting about it. But, obviously, he would be really interested in the Northern Ireland Protocol because he quoted it. Yet nothing to see here until the camera cut to the side angle, at which point you can see the earpiece he's got in his ear and he's being fed information. Now, all of a sudden, we're in CIA territory here. It's like, right, take him out in 3, 2, 1, right, we're on comms. Yes, okay, what's going on? Every spy movie you've ever seen, they got a little inner earpiece and someone's in their ear directing them. This illegal immigrant who had volunteered to be on an episode of Question Time, obviously volunteered, he'd emailed in just like everyone else, and then he said, I'd like to ask a question, and they said, yes, we'd love to have you on the show. Oh, you haven't got a phone? Don't worry, we'll give you a phone. You don't need one, because you can write your question on a piece of fucking paper. But nevertheless, have a phone. There's your phone. Right, now are you going to be okay to ask all these questions that we've given you on this phone? Oh, you're not sure? Well, we'll give you an earpiece so you can be in touch with the producer, and then the producer will be able to prompt you at what point you need to look outraged, saddened, shocked, happy, disgusted. Maybe you could even point to people with a sign saying clap every time you say something. And this is going on right in front of our faces. And yet, the mainstream media, total silence today. Oh, yeah, there was a legal immigrant on Question Time. Oh, that Zia Yusuf said he wanted him deported. And this was the setup, you see. This man came on to say to Zia Yusuf, I've been to 7 different countries, blah, 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 and I came here illegally. Would you have me deported? And Zia Yusuf just looked at him and went, yeah. Every illegal immigrant that comes here illegally will be deported because you've committed a crime by coming here illegally. So you will be deported. What, even me? I work for the BBC. Yeah, you as well. So it completely bombshelled the argument and completely threw everyone because they expected him to go, well, obviously I can't speak for this personal gentleman and, I don't understand his individual, like every other politician would. But no, he went, no, that's our policy. So no, you've got to go. You're all right because the BBC will look after you because they've already given you a phone and an earpiece and a cab ride here and back, probably paid your hotel, probably paid for a lovely meal for you and the missus. Oh, no missus, is there? You come over by yourself. And yet somehow, even after that, it's me sat in a range car park just outside Par Market in the pissing down rain going to buy dog toothpaste that's the problem. Future my arse.